Now, Google is the dominant search engine of the web. Customers turn to Google when they want to find information about products and services. That means people are actively seeking information to show your ads to active searchers or people looking for your products and services. You can use Google Ads, which is Google's advertising program. In this lesson, you'll learn how Google Ads connects your business with customers so that you can reach your marketing goals. Now, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand how Google Ads works, discuss the various targeting methods, and know the primary benefits of using Google Ads. That lets you connect your business with prospective customers. So for instance, let's say someone has a broken pipe in their house and they want to find a local plumber. They often turn to Google to search for their answers. Now, if you're buying a new house, you might search for real estate or mortgages or moving companies. All of these are searches that someone conducts every day. So to reach these searchers, you can use Google Ads. Now, Google Ads is a complex system made up of multiple networks, targeting options, ad formats, budget management, and so forth. So we need to take a look at how the system works to ensure you're targeting the users who can turn into customers. Now, it starts with picking targeting methods. This could be a user searching for a keyword in a specific geography on a specific device and operating systems. So we'll get more into targeting methods as we go through our lessons, so you can write effective ads for those targeting methods. You set a bid for how much you're willing to pay if someone clicks on your ad. Now, when someone does a search and it matches your targeting method, then your ad can be displayed. So if the user looks at your ad and says, "Yep, that's what I'm looking for," and the user clicks on the ad, they go to your site. Now, at that moment is when you pay for the click, or for any action that can happen from an ad directly, such as calling your company. Now, once users click on your ads, they go to your site. If they take an action, such as calling your company, or buying a product, or filling out a form, or just watching a video, then you can measure those actions. Now, this lets you see your data for each targeting method, keyword, and ad data to understand how each is performing. Now, we'll define this information as we go through our lessons, so you know what to look for to make data-driven decisions. Then, from those data-driven decisions, you can refine your targeting methods, test different ads, and set appropriate bids based upon how each click or interaction is worth to your business. Let's say that you're a plumbing company and you're only in Houston, Texas. So you could target only Houston, Texas with keywords such as broken pipes, remodeling kitchen, and other services that you conduct. Then for each of those keywords, you write an ad and set a bid. If someone is searching from within Houston for kitchen remodeling, they could see your ad. So if they were searching from Austin or California or Seattle and they're not in your targeting method, they can't see your ad. So it's important to think about, where are your customers? How are they searching? And then make sure your ads are compelling, and then you can turn those searchers into your next customers. Now, the first network is known as search. This is when someone inputs a keyword or a search query into a search engine and then sees results. There's more than 167 billion searches a month. Now, then there's another network that Google also supports, known as the display network. These are non-search places that can show ads. So Google Display Network is made up of more than 3 million websites and apps that encompass more than 1 trillion impressions a month. Now, these ad placements could be apps on your phone or a newspaper publisher site. With so many possible ad displays, your targeting methods help narrow down when your ad is displayed, so you can ensure only those who you want to see your ad will see your ad. The 3 primary targeting methods to think about initially are location, time of day or day of the week, and device. The location is where our ads are going to be displayed. This could be every country in the world, it could be a single state, it could be 10 states, it could be a radius around your business or your PIN code. You have a lot of control and options over location targeting. And next we have time of day, and this could be time of day or even just day of the week. So let's say you have a call center that's only open from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Then you could run your ads only during those times, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Now most companies run their ads all the time, but you can adjust when they do run. There are other considerations, such as you're a small business where you really only answer your phone from 8 to 4, so you could only run your ads during that time. Now, if you're a restaurant, you might want to run your ads later in the evening to take reservations. You can also choose the device and operating systems where you want your ads to run, such as mobile devices, tablets, computers, or all three. So, for example, if you're a pizza delivery place, most pizza orders are now on mobile devices. So while you may be on all devices, mobile is your primary one. Then you pick your location based upon your delivery area, and then finally you choose the time of day for when your business is open and actively delivering pizzas. Now, if you're a large SaaS company and you're international, your locations might be worldwide. So we want to think about breaking down our ads and keywords by languages or regions. So we'll get more into how these breakdowns occur in the account. But a location could be worldwide, our time of day is 24/7, and our devices are just all devices. So you have a lot of control over your targeting methods and how people can see your ads, both when and where. Keyword is an object you put into your Google Ads account. Now, a search term or search query is what a user types into a search engine to see results. So when this search term matches your keyword, then your ad can be displayed. So if you're a modeling company and you do kitchens and bathrooms and room additions, but maybe you don't do basements, you could pick kitchen remodeling keywords and bathroom remodeling keywords, but ignore basement keywords because you don't do that type of remodeling work. Now, you can also choose demographics, such as age, gender, and income level. If you're a high-end art dealer, you might only sell to the top 30% of income levels. If you're selling female-only clothing, then you could target just females. Now, in addition, we can do things like behavioral targeting, which is based upon how people use our websites. This is sometimes known as remarketing. If someone came to your site and they added items to a shopping cart, but they didn't check out, we know they're almost ready to buy. Therefore, you could target those users differently than someone who's never been to your website. Let's say a user searches for accounting services on Google in Maryland in the US anytime during the week. They could see an ad for a local Maryland accountant. Now, let's say you run a call center for mortgage leads and you're only open on the weekdays. Then you could run your ad for the entire country only during Monday to Friday during the hours your call center is open, and only show an ad if someone searches for mortgage rates, mortgage quotes, and so forth. So as we think about our targeting, it's where our customers are located, what they are looking for, the devices they are on, and the types of people we want to serve ads to. Now, Google Ads is an auction-based system. You set a bid based upon what you believe a click is worth to you. And then Google looks at your bid and the relevancy of your ads. And they do this for all the other advertisers as well. Then they order the ads in the search results or across display properties based upon both the bid and the relevancy. Now, this is an important consideration, as useful ads are as important as your bids in determining position. So we'll get into this later when we look at organization. Now, it's not just who bids the most that will get you into position one. Is your ad relevant to the user? There's a lot of ways to make things relevant, and we'll walk through this later. Now, if a user sees your ad, you don't pay anything. Only if a user clicks on your ad do you pay the search engine. That's why it's called pay-per-click advertising, is you only pay when someone clicks on the ad. Now, you can then measure results, such as acquired customers, return on ad spend, revenue, and so forth. Now, based upon the results you're receiving from Google Ads, you can then refine your ads or change your bids based upon what those clicks are worth to you. When we think about the Google Ads benefits, we often call them the 3 R's: reach, relevance, ROI. Now, from a reach standpoint, Google Search and the display networks have tremendous reach. They can help you reach your target audience because your target audience is probably using Google, whether it's on search or display or both. So the advertising system has the reach that encompasses your potential customers. And next, think about relevance. This is a big thing in advertising. Are you relevant to the users? Right? Searches are often resistant to ads. That's why if you're watching TV and a commercial appears, you might hit the fast forward button or switch the channel. When the ad is relevant, users like ads. They'll interact with them if they're useful and they're relevant. So you can target users based upon many criteria, which means your ad should be relevant to users, especially on search when you pick keywords that represent your business. As someone is actively searching for that word, that means they're looking for a solution. So when users see relevant ads, they're more likely to click and do business with your company. Now finally, we have ROI, known as return on investment, as our third benefit. Return on ad spend, ROAS or ROI, let us know how profitable a channel is. Now, as you can measure results from your ad spend, you can make data-driven decisions based upon how users interact with your ads and how they're becoming customers. So Google Ads has the reach that encompasses your users. When you make good accounts and you have good account structure, which we'll get into later videos, you can ensure your ad is relevant to users. So they'll click on the ads and come to your website so you can turn them into customers. Now with analytics and conversion tracking, you can see exactly how much that person's worth to you. So then you can adjust your reach and your relevance data to ensure that your return on investment is fantastic from using Google Ads as a marketing channel. So Google Ads accounts have multiple levels of structure. In order for you to be able to control how users can view, interact with your ads, along with your budget and bid controls. Now in this lesson, we'll examine each level of hierarchy so you can understand how average accounts fit together and how data flows throughout your account. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand account level settings, understand campaign targeting options, and discuss the purpose of an ad group. So when we look at the overall account hierarchy, it starts where we have an account. Then an account can be made of one or more campaigns. Then each campaign can have one or more ad groups. And then finally, ad groups are a collection of ads and keywords. So as we look at accounts, campaigns, and ad groups, each level has different items you set with it. So we're going to look individually at each of these items to see how you can use various settings at each level. Now at the account level, we have several options that we can set. The first is account access. This is who can log in and access your data. So when you open an account, you'll use a Google account. Now this doesn't have to be a Gmail address. You can make your own email address for your company a Google account and then use that for login purposes. But then you can give others access to your account as well. From a security standpoint, it's useful just to have one administrator who gives access levels to other individuals. That way, if someone leaves your company or no longer needs access to your data, you can disable just that access point instead of using shared account logins. Now you'll also choose your time zone. Now some items such as time zone and currency cannot be changed once you open the account. So you'll pick your time zone, and when you think about it, it's useful to have your analytics, your server, and your marketing, such as your Google Ads account, on the same time zone. Now, because if you've got an Ads account in Pacific time and your server's in Eastern time, there's a 3-hour period of time a day when your data doesn't agree with each other. So it's useful to sync servers, Google Ads account, analytics, so forth into a single time zone. Now you'll also choose your currency. Do you want to be billed in euros or dollars or pounds or Canadian dollars and so forth? Again, currency can't be changed once you've set up your account as well. And then you have billing. How are you going to pay for the clicks that you accrue? And then you can connect other accounts to your Google Ads account, such as Google Analytics, Google Merchant Center, Firebase, etc. So if you're using multiple systems, you can connect them all together at the account level so they can all use the same data. And then you have notification settings. How do you want to be notified of suggestions or disapproved ads and so forth? In some preferences, like display language, number formats, etc. So that when you open an account, the two most important options really to think about though are time zone and currency. They can't be changed. You can change your billing later on, or you can change who has account access and preferences, but time zone and currency are set once your account is open. Let's look at the campaign settings. You have an account. An account can be made up of one or more campaigns. So a campaign setting is where you're going to tell Google Ads how to show the ads and keywords within that campaign. So first we have the network. Do you want to be on search network, display network, or potentially both? And when you're first starting, search is the best place to start because users are actively looking for solutions. So you could have one campaign that's search and another campaign that is display. Now we choose our devices at the campaign level as well. So we might be on all devices. We could be on just mobile devices or just computers or just tablets. Now if we want to run our ads at certain times of day or day of the week, we also set those in the campaign settings. So if you only want your ads to run Monday to Friday, you can choose those options at the campaign level. Now, if say you want your brand terms to run all of the time, and then you have other keywords you only want to run Monday to Friday, then you can use two campaigns. Campaigns can have different settings from each other. So you could have one campaign for your lead gen keywords that runs Monday to Friday. Clicks go to a call center. And you can maybe have another campaign that's brand terms that runs all 7 days of the week and they're in another campaign. So that way you can segment out which items run when. Now locations are also set up at the campaign setting. So if you're a multi-location business, you've got one location in Houston, another in Seattle, another in New York, and you only want to run ads in those geographies. You could either put one campaign together and target all three of those locations with a single campaign. Now, all those locations would use the same ads and keywords. Or you can make a campaign for each location. And if you make a campaign by location, then any other settings such as time of day or budgets, which use campaign settings, can be customized for each location. Your bid method is also a campaign setting. So with bid methods at a high level, there's two types. One's manual, where you set the bid yourself, and another is automated, where you're setting a goal for the system and the system is bidding on your behalf. And then you have budget, how much you're willing to spend on a daily basis. So if you have one location and you want to spend $100 a day, and then you have another location where you want to spend $500 a day, that would be two different campaigns. So you can have different budgets for each of the campaigns. So when you want a campaign level setting to be different for some reason, a set of keywords, location, or something else, that's one of the reasons to make a different campaign. So if you want certain ads to run only in certain locations, only certain times a day, if you have budgets by product line, you need to use different campaigns to control those items. So when you think about budget management, if you want a different budget by product line, you make each product line its own campaign. So when we think about search, here's a couple examples of how we might set up campaigns. You might have one campaign, it's on search, it's on all devices, it's only set to the country of, say, the United States. It uses an automated bid system that can spend $100 a day. You might have another campaign. It's on search. It's only on desktops. It's set to France. It's based on manual bidding. It has a $50 a day budget. So when you want these campaign level settings to be different, that's one of the main reasons to create a new campaign for the ads and keywords that are inside of that campaign. Now, ad groups are a collection of keywords and ads, and only an ad from that ad group that contains the same keyword that matched to a search query, right, can be displayed. So ad groups should be closely related collections of keywords and ads. So when we think about the work involved in setting up a Google Ads account, it's really quick just to make an account. It can be very quick to make a campaign. But where you're going to slow down and spend your time is thinking about your ad groups. Someone did a search. They are looking for something. They're going to then see an ad. So that ad is going to take them to a page of your website. So you want that user experience to be very cohesive. So you may have one campaign. The campaign could have 20 or 50 or 1,000 ad groups in it, right, for each type of idea that you're advertising. So if you want to show a user a different ad based upon their search term changing, you want a different ad group. Let's say we sell shoes. Now we sell hiking boots, we sell running shoes, we sell dress shoes. Now what we don't want to do is put all of those in one ad group. Because if someone searches for hiking boots versus a running shoe versus a dress shoe, you want a different ad. There's not a good ad that explains all those concepts. So we could write an ad, shoes for sale, right? But shoes for sale doesn't really speak to the user. If someone's doing a search for hiking boots, right, and they see an ad that says shoes for sale and another ad that says hiking boots for sale, right, walk on the trails comfortably, right, they're going to look at the one that says shoes for sale and say, it's not relevant to what I'm looking for. And the ad that mentioned the product they searched for, hiking boots, would be relevant. We get a lot more of those clicks and conversions. So why we may take some keywords like hiking boots, trail hiking boot, hiking boots for sale, best hiking boots, and put them in an ad group together, right? We make an ad only for those keywords. So we create an ad, hiking boots for sale, walk the trails in comfort. But then someone searches for running shoes. That ad would not be a good result for them, right? Hiking boots an ad that they're looking for running shoes. So you'd want a different ad group for running shoes. So you might have keywords, running shoes, best running shoes, shoes for running, marathon, long distance running shoes, right? And then we can make an ad that says running shoes for sale, maximize your performance. Now, if we really focus on running shoes and that was our core business, then we wouldn't want to run just a running shoe ad because that's very general. We want to get more specific. If someone's running a marathon, they want long distance running shoes. Others want minimalistic running shoes. You'll see people search for running shoes with high arches or better arch support, wide box shoes. And so you can even get into those very specific terms to create ads for them in the ad groups. When you think about ad group structure, only the keywords in that ad group can show for that ad. Right? If we have two ad groups and someone searches for running shoes, right, they can't see our hiking boots ad because it's in a different ad group. They'd only see the running shoes ad. So you can make multiple ads in an ad group and do some ad testing to see which is best. So if we look at an ad group and we say, here's another keyword that we really want to look at and the ads we have aren't great for that keyword, we can move it to a new ad group. So we may have one ad group that's dress shoes, another for high heels, and we can make new ad groups for all of these items so that the ad and then where the user goes on your website, right, is specific to each of those types, that idea of keywords. So you might have many ad groups, but the trick about ad groups is you have a core set of keywords in each ad group, and then you have multiple ads in an ad group. And so as long as all the ads and the keywords are reflective of each other, then you've got a good ad group. Now, if an ad does not represent a keyword, that keyword should be in a different ad group. Settings are inherited downwards across the account. So for instance, the account level you set billing, the billing method is used by all the campaigns in the account, and all the ad groups. So you set access level by account. So anyone with account access level can see all your campaigns and ad groups. So then at the campaign level, we enter settings like budgets, location. So that goes from the campaign level is inherited down to the ad groups. So any ad group in the campaign that can show to all the users and a location that's set at the campaign level or budgets and so forth. So then that goes from campaign is inherited to the ad groups. So any ad group in the campaign can show where it may reach the campaign settings, such as location, or it uses that same budget. Right? All the ad groups in the campaign use a budget. So if we have different campaigns, then only the ad groups in that campaign would use that campaign's budget and that campaign's targeting method. So when you create a setting at the account level, it's used at the campaign level. And then anything at the campaign level is used at the ad group level. So if you create ad group level settings for something, you can set at the ad group. They're only used by the ads and keywords in that specific ad group. Ad group data is never inherited to another ad group. So setting hierarchy flows downwards across the account, from account to campaign to ad group, and then the ads and keywords. So the first step to getting started with Google Ads is opening an account. Now once you open an account, then you can fill in your billing information, add additional users, and connect your analytics account to your Google Ads account. So in this lesson, we will look at how to create the initial account. Now by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to open a Google Ads account, set permission levels and user access data, and then connect additional accounts. Now before you begin creating a Google Ads account, you'll need a Google account to access it. If you use Gmail, then you can use your Gmail account. If you want to use your business email, then you can create an account and use your business email address. You'll need to verify your account through a text message code or through an email to the email address you're using to access your Google Ads account. Now, once you've established how to access your Google Ads account, proceed to setting up your first campaign. Each person who can access your data should have their own login. This lets you choose their permission level, remove someone when they should no longer have access, and see what changes were made in the Change History tool, which logs changes by user access. Before adding a user, you should consider the permission level that the user needs. So for instance, if you want someone to see information but not change anything, you can give them read-only access. If you want a user to be able to make any changes but not add or remove other users, they can have standard access. By giving each user access, you can maintain control over your data and also add and remove other users as your need for accessing your data changes. There are times when you will want your Google Ads account to connect with other applications so they can share data back and forth. This is really common with Google Analytics. By connecting Google Analytics and Google Ads, you can see a lot of data in both places. In addition, you can create conversions or audience lists in Google Analytics and have them imported into Google Ads. If you're an e-commerce company, then you want to create a Google Merchant Center account and link it to your Google Ads account so you can create shopping campaigns. A common problem you might come across is that one email is the admin for one account and another email is the admin for your Google Ads account. You might need to give someone permission to log into Google Ads to connect accounts, or they might need to give you permission to access the accounts that you want to link to Google Ads, so you have the necessary permission levels in both places to connect the data. Once you have the necessary permissions in place, it's easy to connect other accounts to your Google Ads account using the Linked Accounts tool inside of your Google Ads account. Go to ads.google.com or just search for Google Ads in Google search engine. Locate the Google Ads link and open it. Then enter the necessary details such as your email and open a Google Ads account. Then try add billing information and select your time zones.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.